Hi folks, it's Todd with Survival Sherpa. Welcome back to another episode of the cabin build. We are, let's see, I guess Tuesday, I took that little girl to the oncologist, and we got back and I had enough time. By the way, for those of you who are familiar with our situation, she got a great report. The vast majority of the nodules are stable, which is something we hadn't seen in 3 months, and but they're stable, and as a matter of fact, the key marker nodules, several of those have already shrunk, and there's a few of those marker nodules that have grown just a little. So that new chemo pill that she's on now is working. So man, we sure appreciate everybody's thoughts and prayers and concerns for us and on this journey. So, but back to the old cabin here. We're that day I was telling you about, Tuesday of last week, I was off, had to take her there to meet with the doctor, and then got back in time had enough time that afternoon to haul some lumber down here. So yeah, it's plywood. It's 3/4 tongue and groove, and that's what I'm going to use for my subfloor. And I had a couple of buddies make snide comments about, man, that's not, you know, you're pretty good being able to craft some plywood out there in the woods. Well, this is how it is. I'm going to get this thing done, and I'm not going to go mill any lumber with my axes. Just not going to do it. I got to get some flooring down, and even without a roof, I need flooring down. And let me explain why. This tripod that I'm using, that I've been using to put these walls up, eventually it's going to run out, and I'm not going to be able to use it anymore. So what I thought I'd do is I'd play around with a gin pole set up, and I'm going to lay down the subfloor here. And once I do that, then I'll be able to set a gin pole on this plywood, the base of it. It's going to be kind of like a T, something like that. With the gin, well, something like that. The gin pole will be able to be maneuvered up and down, and I'll be able to move it to each wall so that I can get that thing up high enough to get all these logs in, and even the ridge pole. So that's my plan. That's why I'm getting this plywood down, so I can go ahead and move forward. To do that, I've got to put a ledger board across here, and what I'm going to do with that is I've got some leftover red cedar that I had milled for the dining room table that I built for DRG. Back for Christmas. Some of y'all may have remembered that. If you follow my blog, it's on my blog. So, but anyway, I've got some that I've milled, or I had milled, and then I cut down back in December, straight edges. So, and it's 2 inches, so it's a true 2-inch board. And they're not dimensional lumber per se, because they're all different shapes, and they've got the rot in them that have hollowed out some of those boards. Anyway, I'm going to make it work. We're going to put a ledger board right here and run this plywood up to that ledger board on the level line, and we're going to start putting down some subfloor today. So you got to stay tuned, and we'll get you started on this. Chase that one in. This is not how I'd do it. If we had all dimensional lumber, it'd be a lot better, but this is how we're doing it. That's close enough. Hammer's about to break. Try and save it. This thing's been cut with a circular saw once, and I just left it down here at camp. Brought it down here and left it. Okay, here it is. We got ledger board on that side. I'm not putting a ledger board on this side because this log floor joist is about maybe 8 inches from that sill log. And this floor, the subfloor will run right up to that. Actually, it'll be riding on top of that sill almost. So we're trying to put dimensional lumber into something that ain't dimensional. Because I'm going to have cracks going down the seams here that I'm going to have to fill. But anyway, we're going to have a subfloor down here today. right there. I'm going to take that off. Take some of that wood off that joist. So I figured I'd have to do this, but didn't want to. I'm going to have to notch some of this out right here to get the lay flat on these joists. It's about a ½ inch up. And it's really that little knot right there. Let's see what it is. Perfect.
foot rip. Had to use my left hand some though.